Welcome friends in Science Lecture 4, Lesson 16, Sustainable Management of Natural Resources. In today's topic we are going to learn about management of forest. Last time also we have done about the stakeholders, and after that we are going to today how the forest supposed to be managed. So that is a part of it only that we have already studied about in terms of stakeholders. Now the management consider the goals of all above stakeholders with regards to the management of the forest are the same, as I told you. Okay, these are the same points, but again that we need to understand as an overall how we need to manage our forest resources. So forest resources are often made available for industrialist use at rates far below the market value, while these are denied to the local people. This supposed not to be done. Why? Because the local peoples are not given any benefit, rather the industrialists are given these forestic areas with very low rates, and they are going to ruin everything. They are ruining the local people, how they are using it, that they are growing it back, and they are not using the entire stake. And in opposite to industrialists, if you see, they are using the entire stake. The Chipko Andolan, this is a huge movement that everybody has heard about. Chipko movement. The Chipko Andolan that hug the trees and they used to stand, hug the trees movement, was the result of the grassroots level efforts to end the alienation of people from their forest. Alienation means the people who are not the belonging to forestic area, just coming to ruin them, are supposed to be uprooted. The movement originated from an incident in a remote village called Reni in Garhwal, high up in the Himalayas during the early 1970s. There is a dispute between the local villagers and a logging contractor who had been allowed to fell trees in the forest close to the village. So the contractor workers appeared in the forest to cut the trees while the men flock were absent, and the women of the villages reached the forest quickly and collapsed, that is, they hugged up the tree's trunk and preventing the workers from felling the trees. The contractor had to withdraw. So this was a big movement in which they hugged the trees, all of them, and for days together they stood up and didn't allow these contractors to cut down the trees. This opened the eyes of many people in the world that how these people has done a remarkable job. The contractors have failed to fell the trees, destroying them forever. That we know that these contractors do not grow any more trees. They have just one job to do, that is cut down the trees and the forestic area. See, the forest is alone not destroyed. The local people are being harmed, the animals, plants, and all the ground level animals to the larger animals, entire cycle is getting disturbed. Where these birds are going to go, where these animals are going to settle themselves, where the microorganisms are going to grow, and everything is going to disturb the entire cycle, including for us also. The community's tradition lop the branches and pluck the trees. That I was just telling, that these local communities do not cut down the entire trees, whereas they actually this gets replenished. This get replenished back again. So the Chipko movement quickly spread across communities and media and forced the government to whom the forest belongs the rethink the priorities of use of forest produce. That means these locals have opened the eyes that this is our forest, we are not going to allow anyone to come and cut down here. Fine. So this was an eye opener, and this went very well through the entire thing. The another example, in 1972 in West Bengal, Forestry Department recognized the failures in reviving regarding the sal forest in the southern west districts of the state. In West Bengal, they are talking about traditional methods of surveillance and policing had led to the complete alienation of the people from the administration, resulting in frequent clashes between the forest officers. That means the outsider who came, there was a big clash between the locals who were living there and the people who came as an authority from outside. So the department changed their strategies, making the beginning of an Arabari forest range of Midnapur district, and here the insistence of Farsing forest officer. This is the name of the officer who actually worked out between the villagers and the forestic officer department how they have changed the strategy, how because he was a local and he could do so. So villagers were involved in the protection of 1272 hectare of badly degraded sal forestic areas. Fine, and this help in protecting villagers were given employment in both salviculture and harvesting operation. That means they were given both the task of cutting down the forestic area also and regrowing it also. So it was a very fruitful task which was done by this A.K. Banerjee as an officer, that he allowed to cut down certain trees by the help of the local people, and they knew where to grow and what to grow and how to grow. So they have grown and replenished that area back again so that it does not have a permanent damage forever. So it does not degraded the entire land area, given employment to both, that is the local people and the industrial sector also. 25% of the final harvest. That means they were given the share of 25% of the final harvest. Whatever the cut down was there and whatever the income was there from the department was distributed to the local people, and they were given 25% share and allowed the fuel and fodder also. That means they were allowed to graze their animals, they were allowed to take certain amount of fuel as in wood and payment also. Fine, as fees, which is an active and willing participation of the locals. So they didn't created any clash, and the local community also helped the people. So sal forest of an herbary underwent a remarkable recovery in 1983, that it started in 72 and 83. A previously worthless forest was valued to be 12.5 crores. That means that was a worthless forest area where the local were not allowing to do any kind of activity. Now they were growing back the trees, and they were growing up in 3, 4, 5, 6 years of time, and this was replenished, and the older trees were cut down for the wood and different purposes. So it made to a remarkable cost wise to an industrialist also, local people also were served very nicely, departments were also happy. That means all the stakeholders were very happy, including the animals, and the surrounding was not destroyed because the new trees were grown and the replenished thing was done. Fine, I hope so you understood how the management is supposed to be done. Thank you for this particular lecture.